All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakai HaKodash. Double honor to the elders, a great millstone who taught us this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarim, Shah, Yasha'Allah. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. Now, we got some things going down that I'm going to get into, but first I'm going to set the record straight, make a correction that I was just notified, by the Zaquan out there, Shalom to the Akim, in the main camp, our leaders, a great millstone. Well, I'm a one Gabar, he just enlightened me, because I said that the Feast of Unleavened Bread was ending tomorrow night. And I was wrong. It's actually ending on Wednesday night because we started on a Wednesday. So the Ark is on point, just moving fast, and that's why, we all here for each other, man. So beautiful. Shalom to you, prophet, shalom to the prophets out there. The hopeful elect, the 1/3, out there. They right across the highway from us, in New York. And, it's a beautiful thing. Shalom to all the hopeful elect, man. We about to get out of here, So don't end your Feast of Unleavened Bread tomorrow night. We ended on Wednesday night in Douala, because I was, everything is moving so fast. I would have bit a piece of bread tomorrow night, But see how the Lord work in the midst of these warnings, is also correction and enlightenment. And Douala Abba Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for that. So, but this is just an update from the earlier video I did. Apparently Iran rejected, Trump's ceasefire, which we know was going to happen. I don't even think, as well as the rest of the hopeful elect, the Akim with the discernment, that Trump is in contact with Ishmael, because this is above their head. So they want to get us off this oil system, so to put us on the digital system, because the digital system is about to override everything. Therefore, here comes the mark of the beast. So get ready.
It is Monday, April 6th, 2026, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 15:50 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news with regards to Iran. So it looks like tomorrow night the U.S. is going to annihilate Iran. What you're looking at here is a flight tracker showing multiple critical U.S. strategic command aircraft in the air this afternoon. We have a U.S. presidential Doomsday plane that just left Washington, D.C. and is heading towards Offutt Air Base, which is the home of Strategic Command. This could be Hegseth on that plane, or potentially Trump going to Offutt Air Base to stay in the underground bunker at Offutt Air Base to command the U.S. military during this massive bombing campaign tomorrow night on Iran, potentially coinciding with or as a prelude to a ground invasion. And in addition to this presidential Doomsday plane, we also have a high priority reconnaissance plane up in the air.
This is what's happening over your head while you chilling. You thinking that everything's okay. You ordering pizza, whatever the hell you doing to try to make sense of the situation. It's called normalcy bias, right? Where the shit is falling apart before your eyes, but you still trying to, make sense of the situation. This is what's over your head while you out shopping with your woman, ordering ice cream, the drinking on your latte, whatever you doing to float your boat. A nigga don't know this is what's going on over his head and what's going on in the ocean under his feet. Scary.
Have a nuclear war command and control plane up in the air. We also have aerial refueler flying very low and looping over Whiteman Air Force Base, which is home of our stealth bombers. And then we also have a B-52 nuclear bomber looping over Kansas. Here's the aerial refueler flying just south of Whiteman Air Force Base, okay? This is where the stealth bombers are located. It's very rare to see these refuelers flying near Whiteman, so something is going on. It looks like tomorrow night after Trump's deadline, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time, the U.S. is going to absolutely annihilate Iran. And I'm going to play some clips for you from a press conference this morning with Trump, Hegseth, and the CIA director, John Ratcliffe, so you can hear from the horse's mouth what is about to go down. But it looks like it's going to be very, very intense, and I will be covering it live, so make sure you turn your notifications on.
So this is what we've been waiting for. So let's see if this thing go down. I'm excited, and I know what the hopeful elect is. We are excited. We just pray Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, bringing this thing through, because let me get this here. This is Proverbs. And I don't want to go the fuck upstairs. This is Proverbs 21. I'm be honest, I just want to sleep in my car, man. Sleep next to my phones. And I mean this. I really do. I really do. I don't even feel like going, in the comfort zone or any. Look, man, the Lord got our spirits amped up. We getting out of here, Akim, in style. And on top of that, we about to see our enemy get his ass whooped. All we got to do is, that effect. No, I don't want to scratch this. All we got to do is hold on to our faith. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. All these kings, prime ministers, Putin, Trump, the president of Iran, North Korea, South Korea, China, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, you name it, Canada, Brazil, what's going on in South America, all these kings, whether big hills, right, mountains, which are bigger governments, hills or smaller governments, whatever, the Lord is controlling everything, man. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth his ways, so the Lord is controlling this war. He said he will put it in their hearts to agree until the said time is fulfilled. This is Revelation 17:17. For Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will. Who has resisted the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah? No man, or woman, or child, or insect. No one can resist the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And now the Lord is going to put it in their hearts to fight one another. And we're in a beautiful time, man. We can't stress that enough. This is, let me see here. Storm, gather pass, to the land of unfold villages. Okay, good. This is Ezekiel. Let's start from Ezekiel 38, verse 4. And I will turn you back and put hooks in your jaws, speaking about Russia, because Russia and China is behind the scene with this. And I will bring thee forth in all your armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. So this is what we're waiting for. Not Russia to play the backfield, but to pop into the scenes with all those weapons that they supplying Iran with. All those weapons that China is supplying Iran with. We waiting for them to pop on the scene and say, we're in the war. They're in the war, but we waiting for them to make that announcement. Horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer and all of the bands, which is going into Turkey in that area over there, and the house of Togmar, and the north quarters, and all the bands and many people with them. And these are ancient names of the grandchildren of Japhet. But Japhet does no longer rule that area. Esau does. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all the company that are assembled unto thee. And be thou a guard unto them. And Russia will be a guard to Iran, Egypt, Turkey, which represents NATO, Britain. Everybody about to turn on America. It's just going to be America and Israel standing in the end for the destruction. And everybody's going to gather behind Russia. And Russia it's a powerhouse. Russia is the number one super nuclear power right now. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, right? Which have been always wasted, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. Which links with Revelations, the 20th chapter. Thus saith Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time things shall come into thy mind, and thou shalt think a evil thought. Now, who's controlling that thought? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh. What's going to be that evil thought? To shoot the missiles to America and Israel. That's Isaiah, the 13th chapter. They should not spare children, elderly, nothing. There's nothing you're going to pay them off. They're not going to take your gold. Ain't going to be no peace deals. Because this is the Lord's will to bring in the kingdom of heaven. We're in a very, very serious time. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, which is America, and I will go to them that are at rest, that dwelleth safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take sport you, and to take prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. So the Lord about to bring his hammer down. We at the end. We are at the end. So Iran rejected the deal, which we already know. We don't even know if America was on the phone with them, man. Trump has just been about a lot of bullshit lately. He's losing his mind. So we waiting to see what's going to take place tomorrow. Oh, and once again, we don't end the feast tomorrow night. The feast will end on Wednesday night at sundown. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah for that. For the elder reaching out. So get ready. This is an exciting, I'm telling you, you don't want to sleep no more. Shit.
Load my free app so I can send out alerts directly to your phone and keep you updated.
All right, Slocky for this.
And right now, this afternoon, oil is still very high at $112 a barrel.
It's oil.
The national average for regular 87 octane gasoline is now over $4 a gallon, and diesel is sitting at over $6 a gallon. So this is unsustainable long term. Trump is going to have to act quickly, especially because we have the summer travel season coming up, and these kind of high fuel prices will absolutely devastate our economy.
All right, so you know things about to take place, man. We giving all the praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, for what's about to happen. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom Labakariam Shah Yashala. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. What's about to happen has been written. And everything, every prophecy, every speck, every dust of that Bible is about to be fulfilled. The Bible wins again. While you unfaithful lose. Shalom.